So how'd you like the bad axe?
It was bad.
So what'd you think about the bad axe?
I'm bad.
Dave, you gonna get it on this?
Thor would kick Batman's ass. Don't even get me started.
This is gonna start now.
So what'd you think about the bad axe?
I liked it. It's stuck real heavy. Because it is heavy.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is Wes, the Suburban Viking. Of course, we got Dave here with us. Say hey, Dave.
Hey, everyone.
Special guest. Got my dad here with us today.
Hey, everybody.
And we are Midgard Axe. This video here, guys, is just I'm bringing somebody over to throw some of the axes that I've done videos on this year. Getting another perspective on all the axe reviews that I've done. So basically, everything back here on this tree, I'm gonna have my dad throw, and he's gonna give his opinion on it as well. So he's got a lot to throw. You don't know anything about these axes, do you?
Nope.
Have you ever thrown any of these? I don't think you have. These are all new ones that I've done this year.
No.
He hasn't thrown any of these, so he's gonna give you his honest opinion. I'm not swaying him to tell you one thing or the other. I am interested to know what he's gonna say about one axe, and you probably know which one it is. I'm not gonna tell him which one it is, but I'm gonna wait until he goes to throw it and see if his opinion was the same as mine on how it feels in the hand and how it throws. So we'll get him set up for a single rotation. Okay, so guys, we're gonna start with the Cold Steel Trench Hawk. That's the one that he picked to start with first. And we're just gonna do single rotations so that way he can get a clean stick with it and get an idea how he likes each one. So go ahead and take it away with the Trench Hawk there.
All right. Dave, you got any good pointers?
Yeah, try to hit the target, please. I'm not in the mood to dodge axes today.
A little bit, just a tad bit harder. Ooh, good throw. Good one.
I like that one.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Now we're gonna give him the Warhawk, which is a little different. It's a tad bit different, but I wanna get his perspective to see how different it is. There is a little bit more weight on the back because of that spike, and the bit's shaped a little differently. So let's see if he feels any difference in throwing it.
All righty. How much do these go for?
They're not very expensive. I wanna say they're around like 40 or 50 bucks.
Wow.
I think, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that was sweet.
Yeah.
I felt that.
Yeah,
It was like hitting a home run, you know it.
yeah, you just got to throw it a little bit harder. That target, guys, that target's on its last leg, and it's a little bit hard in the center. And there's a ton of channels already in that target from other axes. So sometimes it's not a wobble when you see the axe head go in kind of sideways. It's kind of going in and hitting a channel and kicking this way. So, but
I like that one better.
so did you like the Warhawk better?
Better. Yeah.
He likes the Warhawk better. It does have a little bit more weight to it than the Trench Hawk does. And I think that the Warhawk flies a little better than the Trench Hawk because of that added weight. You can hear it hit. I mean, I don't know if you guys could hear it or not. There's a significant difference in the way that it hit the target and the sound it was making when it was hitting. So, all right, let's do the next one.
All right.
The next axe is the bad axe. As you guys know, in a previous video, I've done a review on this one. That's why there's electrical tape on the handle. The handle broke. I've yet to replace it. We're gonna do that in a future video. However, I want him to throw it and see how well he likes it. I had some things to say about this one. Let's see if he concurs with my conclusion on it. Take it away, Dad.
All right. This one is a little bit heavier.
Yeah, it's a little bit heavier.
Holy mackerel.
Very first throw with the bad axe. See?
Yeah.
Yeah, it bits up and down now. It's easier to stick with the grain orientation of the target. You can stick it. You guys have seen me where I stick the axe sideways, but you just got to throw it hard. He's throwing more of like a competition speed. So that's when your axe head being vertical up and down is kind of crucial. There you go.
Yeah,
All right. So what did you think about the bad axe?
I liked it. It went in deep. It was hard to get out. It's a little heavier than, well, I should say it's a lot more heavier than the other two. I would probably like to throw this, like if I had 100 throws into it where I got used to it. But it's not bad. I like it.
Yeah, it is a really good axe, and that was kind of my fault, guys. I gave him two really light axes and then kind of threw a heavy axe on him. This is the one that I took back. Single, double, triple rotations. There's absolutely no wobble in this head at all. It flies really well. So
Yeah.
it does very well for a throwing axe. So I think with a little bit, I think transitioning from those light axes to that one kind of threw you off a little
Yeah.
bit. That's kind of on me, but I'm glad that you at least like throwing it.
Yeah, I like it.
Try it when we're standing here. Try not to put the axe
All right.
face like that.
Well, what I like about it.
Up next is the Ragnar throwing axe. We'll see how he likes that one. And give me your impressions on handles too when you transition between the two.
Yeah,
Tell
I
me
felt
what you
the
think about
difference
the
in this
handles.
one.
What do you think about that one when you first put it in your
I
hand?
kind of like it.
You
'cause
like
it
that
wraps
one?
around my fingers more than the other one did. I felt when I was throwing that one, I felt it in here and on my thumb.
Right,
like
right,
in this
right.
area.
See,
Yes.
I didn't like that handle.
Really? I mean, you can hold it.
Yeah, I
like
think
that.
it's good for competition the way it's designed. I think it's good for competition throws. Staying in the way you throw, it probably works really well. I like more of like a almost like a baseball bat feel, but
I
a little bit
gotcha.
more of an oval. That's how
gotcha.
I like my.
But that don't
axe
mean I'm
handles.
gonna throw it well.
It may not, but let's find out and see.
Okay. What do you think, Dave?
If you get that axe head any closer to Wes's face, you will probably cut off his beard.
Uh-oh. The Ragnar.
Oh my God.
Yeah, good luck getting it out. Now what he's doing is he's getting into some of the World Axethrowing League very thin bit and very thin cheeked competition throwing axes. So they're going to sink a little deeper. Even with a moderate throw, as you saw, these axes right here will sink still. They'll sink pretty deep.
I love that one.
And what did I tell you about these axes before we started? Did I tell you anything at all?
No, you just
No.
told me to throw them and see which ones I like.
Yeah.
I like the way this one looks.
Yeah, it's cool. It's got a very cool design.
Yeah, I mean, I like this one.
Yeah.
A lot. We'll throw it one more time. Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, three
That's-
for
that's
three.
the best one
Three
so
for three.
far.
All right, so you heard it. So what'd you think?
I loved it. I love the way the profile is on the handle.
Which is totally opposite of me, guys.
Opposite.
I hate the handle.
I can wrap it around my fingers.
Good.
Feel like I have more control.
Yeah, that's very true. Very true.
On the rounded ones, it was kind of like, I think
It
that
wants
might
to
have
roll.
been what want to roll.
It wants
yeah.
to roll, and that's why some competition, I think people like throwing the squared handles because they don't roll as
Roll,
much.
right, yeah.
But
I
see, the
like
way
it.
I throw, I like more of an oval shape.
How
But,
much is this one?
That one's about $120.
Well worth it.
$120.
Well worth it.
Yeah, the Grans Forstbrück Hunter's axe, we're going to give it to him. It's not a dedicated throwing axe. However, it was an axe that I reviewed this year that I said was a good work axe and a throwing axe. So let's give it to him. He's never thrown an axe like this before, and we'll see how well he does with it.
Yeah, there we go.
Grans Forstbrück. Okay, so you can call it the Hunter's axe.
The hunter's axe.
Hunter's axe. So what'd you think about the Hunter's axe?
This one's the hunter's axe.
Yes.
It's okay. Still ain't as good as the other one, though.
Yeah, it's a work axe.
Yeah.
It's a work axe.
Yeah. I think this little curvature right here is the straight ones I'm okay with. I
Probably-
like the head on it though.
Yeah,
I like
it's
the
not-
small and I'm not sure I'm digging the handle though.
Yeah, it takes some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely
sure
does.
all of them are.
Yeah.
You know, every time you, oh, this is made in Sweden.
I'll take this head off and probably bring the lugs down to about here and make it a little bit shorter. I think with
How
shorter
long
axe.
is that one?
I want to say it's 20 inches, 19 or 20 inches long.
Okay.
I think at about 17 inches, it would probably be a little bit better.
So is this one longer than the ones I've been throwing?
Yeah, this is the
Okay.
longest one out of all the axes I've done a review on this year, and the ones you're throwing, this is the longest one out of all of them.
Okay.
So,
okay.
you know, there's that. I will say, what do you throwing those and throwing this one? Do you notice a difference in throwing a? And people are going to say, well, no, duh. But just hear me out, guys. Is there anything? Do you notice a difference between throwing maybe a shorter handle compared to a longer handle? Throwing those and then throwing this one, the handle length wise, do you feel a difference in it?
Kinda.
Okay.
I think it's a little easier to rotate on a shorter handle
Definitely, yeah.
than a longer handle.
Yeah.
I noticed that I wasn't really getting a hard hit with this, and
Yeah.
it may be because of the handle. I don't know. It
Yeah,
just
I mean,
felt different.
it's a lot more to throw up, to get back, to come forward.
Okay.
And also too, like I've said in previous videos, when you've got these long handles, and the head doesn't even the head on this is not heavy at all. But when you have a longer handle, it exaggerates the weight.
Yeah.
So when you throw it up, it's easy to roll your wrist because you've got this longer handle with
Yeah.
this axe head up here. So
Yeah.
that's why I always say, guys, when I get axes, throwing axes or work axes that have really long handles on them, I prefer shortening the handles a little bit compared to the way they come because they seem to just fly better. So the next one we're going to do is the Francisca throwing axe by Condor. It is a little bit lighter than the Hunter's axe. However, the length of the handle is almost exactly the same. So he'll be able to get an idea of the length on this one, even though it is a little bit lighter. I feel like that, I'm not going to tell you my opinion. You just throw it. You just throw it. Tell me.
Very, very thin handle.
Yes, that's what I said about it. That's exactly what I said about it. But, throw it. See.
Okay.
Throw it and see.
All right. Oh, that's sweet. Oh,
Hit the knob. That's what I always say about people when they throw axes is that,
ooh.
no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. That handle's trash anyway. You have to be consistent with your throws. Even just like you just did there, you stepped
Too far.
too far. So
Okay.
you got a knob strike. So you got to be consistent with each throw.
Okay.
Shorten up your step a little bit.
This one don't take a whole lot to finesse it. It's like it just wants,
It takes over.
Yeah,
You
it
let
just
go, it
takes
takes over. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I like this one.
Okay, so the Francisca throwing axe by Condor, what'd you think?
Very, very thin handle. I like it. It more or less, you don't have to finesse this a whole lot. You throw it and more or less does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
It's not a bad little axe.
Yeah,
I like it.
like he said earlier when he threw it the second time, he said that he feels like he can just throw it and the axe kind of takes over. That's one thing I will say about that one. If you haven't seen the review on this one, guys, I did a lengthy review on this, and I've got some really good footage of me throwing this thing. I took that thing back to triple rotations in the front yard, and I called shots. I threw 2 or 3 on the left, 2 or 3 in the center, then
okay.
2 or 3 on the right from triple rotations. This thing is deadly accurate.
This would be no problem to carry.
It's not. It's a great.
I mean, it doesn't weigh that much.
and it hits hard.
Yeah, it does. I was surprised when
For
I had
how-
to go pull it out.
Yeah, and I will say it's got very thick cheeks and a very thick bit profile compared to some of those other ones. I mean, it's not very thin. I mean, it is thin, but not really when you really take a look
Let
at
me
it.
ask you a question. Do they make these in a bigger bit?
Condor doesn't. But there's other companies out there that make the Francisca axe, and they have bigger ones.
So in other words, you'd have a
You can have a bigger bit with the eye on this axe head, which is one thing I complained about, was the eye on this axe head is so small that you have to use this really small handle.
so this is a friction fit.
This is a
Okay.
friction fit. But there's other companies out there that make some of these that have a bigger eye to accept a bigger handle.
Okay.
And like I told you guys previously when I did a review on this one, I'm going to make my own Francisca throwing axe this year.
Okay.
But I'm going to do mine a little different. I'm going to traditionally half mine and not friction fit it. So that way I can get a bigger handle.
Okay.
And we're going to see how well it flies, and I'm going to mimic this exact axe head.
Yeah,
and see
this
how well it
one,
does.
this one takes hardly any effort to
Yes.
throw.
Yeah, I agree.
Any
I agree.
effort at all. Yeah.
Like I said, it was a great flying and throwing axe. It really was.
Yeah, it was good.
Really good. All right, guys. Next, we got the Kill Shot by the World Axethrowing League. It does have a fiberglass handle, so you're going to get a different feel with this one.
Okay.
And they used epoxy on the top to seat it. So there's that. I did a review on this one. I did a review on all these guys, but I did a review on this one. I'm going to hand it over to you. I'm not going to tell you what I think about it. You throw it. Tell me what your experience is.
I'm
I'm
curious
curious
right
to
now.
know.
I feel a difference. It's like it's kind of sticky to me.
Well, it's sticky
It might be
'cause
because it's
fiberglass. Yeah, it's a little bit.
it's got a little bit of drag to it too.
It can, and then it can be real slick when it's like
Wet or moisture. Yeah.
Moisture, like high humidity. That thing will get slick as hell. But
Yeah.
then in this environment, it can get a little
Yeah.
sticky.
It's like a guitar. You got drag on the back of the neck, and yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna care for this one.
Well,
Let's
before
try
you judge, try it, throw it, and see what you think.
it. All right. Thing went in hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I take back what I said. For me, anyway, it might be my favorite. Yeah, I think that's my second favorite.
So, what'd you think about the Kill Shot by the World Axethrowing League?
I gave it shame with the fiberglass handle, but after throwing it, it's sweet.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all.
And what I said in my review when I reviewed this thing is that it's pretty heavy.
Yes.
It hits hard in the target.
Yes.
And it's great for a single rotation.
Yes. I did see that it
Yeah.
was hard to get out of the target.
Yeah, it smashes.
It smashes.
And you don't have to throw it very hard either. That weight.
3 out of 3 too.
Yeah, that weight really carries that head, or the head of the weight. I'm sorry, carries it through the air, so you don't have to throw it hard.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised. Really surprised.
Did you have any issues with the weight at all when you were throwing?
No. No, I just when you throw it, it goes into the target deep.
Yeah, and you were 3 for 3 on that one.
Yeah.
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 He stuck every bit. So
Yeah, that's a
good.
good one.
Good. Okay, so we got the Berserker axe by the World Axethrowing League. It's the video that I dropped before this one. Go check it out. Did a full review on this one. This one's really sharp. So I'm interested to see how he likes this one. I will tell you, there is a little bit of a design change I made. The axe handle came in
That
this
thick?
thickness. I brought it down to here. So put your hand here and then put your hand down there where you normally put your hand and tell me which one you like better. You're probably going to like the top than you will the bottom. What do you think?
No, actually, I like the bottom.
You like the bottom? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause
Because this one's shaped more like the Ragnar, like you said you liked.
Oh, okay.
This is almost the same shape right here.
Well, I mean, it fits my hand pretty good, but
You like that down there better.
it feels like I have more control.
More control, yeah.
Right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And with heavier heads and longer axe handles, that's why I prefer this shape, because it's more controllable to me
Okay.
than those square handles or those other handles like the Ragnar had on it. So let's throw it.
All right, let's see what it does.
I'm not going to say anything yet. He's 2 for 2 right now. 3 for 3. Okay, so he just finished up with the Berserker axe by the World Axethrowing League. This is the same company that makes the Ragnar that you really liked. And the last one you just threw, which was the Kill Shot.
Okay.
They're all made by the World Axethrowing League.
I like this one. I like the other one too. And can I throw this one and that one to see if I can make
We got one more axe
Okay.
to do.
All
One
right,
more
let's
axe.
do that.
And then I'm going to give him the ones that he likes the most and have him throw those. And you can kind of pick one or say you like all 3.
Okay.
But we got one more to get through. All right, guys, last up on the list is the World Axethrowing League competition thrower. And I'll hand it over to you.
Okay.
What do you think about that handle?
Why is it so? It's longer here and thinner, and then it goes out and it gets
It
a little
mimics
better.
it mimics what they call a lineman's handle, where a lineman's hatchet, where it's thick and then it goes down and then it thickens out again down where you grab the actual axe handle at. Throw it and give me your opinion. I think that's going to be where it's at.
Okay. I don't know about this one. It don't feel. To me, it just doesn't feel right.
So what'd you think about the World Axethrowing competition throwing axe?
I don't know. I didn't like it that much. It's okay. How much is this thing?
$50.
They ought to sell it for 35. I don't particularly like it. It don't fly. It don't fly good at all.
That's exactly what I said in my review. That axe is it's just not a good throwing axe.
Yeah.
And I kept my reservations myself. I didn't say anything. I just handed them the axes. That one there, to me, the weight distribution on the head just feels like it's all off. When you go throw it up to prepare to throw, it's just oddly weighted. That's just my opinion.
It seems like it weighs more when you get right here. What it should weigh more back here.
It's odd. It's just an odd feeling throwing axe to me anyway. Personally, I just don't care for it.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a great throwing axe. And like I said, with the time and experience I got throwing axes, I can usually make axes work. I could kind of make that work at a single rotation. Other than that, I wouldn't throw it past that. In my review, I said that it feels like you're throwing a hammer. A small sledgehammer.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's really, the weight is just,
Sledgehammer.
yeah.
Sledgehammer.
It
That's
just
about
feels
what it
weird.
felt like. It felt weird because when you go back, but when you got right here, it just felt heavy.
I'm glad he said that. Hold this for a second. I'm going to show you something. You like this one, right?
Yeah.
This one weighs more than that one does.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
No way.
Yes, it does. The competition thrower weighs 2 pounds and 4.2
Then this has got to be
ounces.
better balanced than,
This one here,
yeah, that one.
2 pounds and 7 ounces.
And this
it's
is-
about 3.5 ounces heavier than this one. But this one feels heavier, doesn't it?
Yes.
And that's exactly what I said. I don't know what it is about this thing, guys, but it's just
To
the
me,
way-
it just don't fit. It just don't feel centered on the handle. to me.
Exactly.
The weights.
It's
the-
just it's
It's
wa-
weird.
It's weird.
Front, back,
That's the
front,
best
back.
way you can explain it. Is that it just feels weird.
Yeah.
And I brought him out here to throw all these axes, but I specifically gave him this one last. And the reason why I gave him the competition throwing axe last, and I wanted him to throw this one first, is because I thought you would say the same thing I said, which was, how is this one heavier than that one? It makes no sense.
don't.
But it is.
That one's
It
got to
is.
be balanced better on the
It is.
handle
It's-
than this
it's
one.
balanced better.
This one just feels weird.
It's just a weird axe. That's all there is
I mean,
to
it feels like there's a bowling ball on the end
Yeah,
of
it
this
just,
thing.
it just feels weird. Okay, so we went and grabbed all the axes that my dad liked the most, and he got them down to 5. We're going to start with number 5 and work our way down to number 1. So what was your 5th favorite axe?
This one.
The Cold Steel Warhawk.
Yeah, I like this one.
Okay, so he liked the Warhawk. That's the one he liked, number 5. Okay, so which one did you like 4th?
The Francisca.
Okay, so he liked the Francisca throwing axe, okay? And I'm going to give you these 3. And out of those 3, tell me which ones they are in order from 3, 2, and 1.
The Waddle.
That's the kill shot.
Kill shot.
Okay, number
Number
3.
three.
He likes the kill shot, number 3. Number 2,
Number 2,
the Berserker.
the Berserker.
He liked that one. That's number 2.
I think
Okay.
these are almost tied.
And that's the Ragnar.
The Ragnar is the one I like the best.
The Ragnar.
And it's got a different handle on it. It's just not as round. It's as you
It's
can
long
see,
and oval.
yeah,
It's a long ooval.
It's a long oval, and
Mm-hmm.
it fits my fingers really well.
It almost feels like one of their square handles,
Yeah,
but it's not shaped like the square, but it's like a cross between an oval and a square,
Yeah, I
because they
like it.
offer a
I
square
like it.
handle.
Well, if I was going to buy 2 of them, it would be this one
And the Berserker.
and the Berserker.
Yeah.
And if I had extra money, I would probably buy the
the kill shot.
kill shot. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean these 2 last ones are really good too.
The Cold Steel Warhawk and the Francisca.
Yes, yeah, they're all good.
They're all really good axes.
And these are the 5, and we threw 9.
Through 9 of them. I think once I switch out the handle on the bad axe, I think that bad axe will make it into your top 5.
Okay.
It's got electrical tape all around it, and it's not the greatest to release right now, but we'll see. We'll see.
What
But
does this go for?
that one, these 2
I think
right
I've already
here.
asked you that.
That's okay. Both of these axes are about $120.
Oh,
Around
yeah.
$120.
'Cause I think it's well. I said
So-
that's well worth it.
Hey, just gotta watch out for the handles, guys. The handles aren't the best. They kind of loosen up, as you can see here. We've got movement. See how it's curling?
Yeah.
Coming down on the handle. I can fix that. I might keep it that way. I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys. So that ends the video. I just want to bring my dad over here and kind of get him to throw all the axes that I've reviewed this year or previously done, recently. And you picked the Ragnar and the Berserker as your 2, basically your favorite axes out of the bunch.
Yep.
So anything you want to add or to the video or tell anybody out there that would help them pick an axe, or maybe if they're getting into axe throwing or new, your opinion?
I would say, you know, it'd be nice if you could just go somewhere and put your hands around
Yeah, I've always said that.
the
I know, it
daggone
would be so
handles.
nice if you had a store around
Like
you.
you do at the pew-pews, you just go
Yeah.
up there, stick your hand and
Yeah,
pull
yeah,
the trigger.
yeah, yeah. You can go over there and dry fire it if you need to. But that's the thing about throwing axes is that it's not a huge sport. A lot of people aren't into axe throwing. So I'm trying to change that with my channel and the presence of axe throwing. I'm trying to get it a little bit bigger than it is if I can. But yes, it would be awesome if you could go somewhere and they had a lot of throwing axes that you could just get in your hand and feel.
Yeah.
I always say too, don't let a handle deter you from buying an axe. If you like the axe head but you don't care for the handle, you can always replace the axe handles. It's not hard to do. I've got some videos if you go back on how to haft throwing axes, and I'm going to do a few more this year too on how I haft my throwing axes, because it's a little bit different than your traditionally hafted chopping or splitting axe or whatever the case may be. I do a few things differently, but all in all, it still shares similar characteristics of a chopping or splitting axe. But like I said, you got to try axes, because all of them didn't throw the same, did they?
No,
Did
they're
it-
all a little different.
They all bring a different experience, and that's why I like doing axe reviews.
Yeah.
It's something different each time.
Yeah, they all had a different feel to them.
And that's why I like doing this, because it's just every time you take these things out, you never know what they're going to do. Like you did with the kill shot, you put that kill shot in your hand with the fiberglass handle. He's like, I don't know. You know, you were
And
feeling it,
I hit 3 out of 4.
and you were really enjoying that.
Yeah,
thing.
I was. Yeah, I was.
So-
I mean, the thing was hitting hard. But honestly, I think these are my 2 best.
So-
I mean, that's a good. That one is a good axe.
Yeah, it is. It is. Let me ask you a question. Throwing the polypropylene handles, the black ones, the cold steel ones, and then going to fiberglass and going to wood, what do you prefer? What do you like more?
Good question. I prefer the wood.
You like the wood?
Yeah,
I do too.
yeah, I like the wood.
I do too.
I mean, out of the 2, between the black handle and the blue handle, they're about both the same.
So between
blue's a
the plastic and the fiberglass.
The fiberglass may feel a little. So when I picked it up, it felt sticky, but then after I rubbed it, it kind of got.
It kind of got
Slick?
slicked up a little bit. Yeah.
The only thing I wouldn't like about those, if you're outside and you need an axe for something and it's raining, I don't think that's the way I would go.
Yeah, that's all. That's one thing that I've always said, which is, you guys, if you haven't seen, I've got shorts of me throwing axes in the rain. I've done reviews throwing axes in the rain, and like I said before, the Francisca axe, I believe, I threw that one in wet weather. That Francisca
Okay.
axe,
All
and
right.
I was hitting like crazy from triple rotations. Very accurate axe in the rain, and it has a lot to do with that wood.
Yeah.
Wood's just, it's all around great.
Yeah.
Snow, you know, as long as you keep it oiled, snow, rain, high humidity, wood just works out better in my opinion.
Yeah,
It just does all around.
I like the wood. It's more appealing
And it's more-
visually.
yeah, I agree.
yeah. But these two axes right here are more visually appealing too.
Yeah, and they got great axes.
Except for
on
the
it.
Francisca. The Francisca's got a nice little detail to it.
It does. It does. Yeah, the Francisca's cool.
It looks totally different than anything you ever see.
Yeah, the Francisca's really cool looking. So, what do you think about the axe head designs? Do you like a axe head design like these two? Is it like I know?
Yeah, I noticed that there's no cheeks in them hardly. They're thin.
They're
really
very thin.
Yeah.
And that's really for competition, because most of the time in competition they don't throw very hard.
Right.
So you want the bit to sink and get penetration with a very moderate or maybe a little bit slower of a throw.
Okay.
So that's why they make these so thin. So that way you don't have to throw them very hard. You can get a very accurate release out of the hand. There's not a ton of weight, and you're trying to throw it. That's what I was trying to say earlier with the competition thrower and the kill shot. People are throwing those things where they hold them like this and take them and
It's
throw
almost
them.
like a dart.
It is. And think about that competition thrower throwing it like that. Imagine taking that competition thrower and putting it right here and going like this.
No.
Oh God, I think it would be
I don't
horrible.
know how to get it. How would they make it stick?
You want to try it?
Yeah.
Let's try it. Let's get him to
try
do it. Let's try it.
Let's try it. How the hell people throw axes like that? Is this the one I like?
That's why we throw axes different here on Midgard Axe.
See, I want to go all the way back because I feel like I ain't
I
got.
would just throw it how you feel comfortable without taking a step, and just try to throw it competition like you can.
Wow. How was that?
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I can't throw it like that.
That thing is just, hey, let's try something else. Before we go, I'm going to give him one axe to throw competition style, give him another one, and see how well he does with another one.
Yeah. I don't like throwing it like that, but sweet.
All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. So, difference between the competition thrower and that one for competition style throws. Did you like that one? But I'm assuming you
Yeah,
like.
it worked well. I was just I don't know, it was alien to me to be able to throw it
Like that.
a competition style than just letting me throw. Have a little bit more respect for them people.
Yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, the competition
Yeah.
throwers are crazy good, and throwing it like that is just crazy. It really is. But I mean, I'm glad that you were able to throw all these axes. I'm glad that you came over and threw. And
Had a good
competition
time.
throwers, compared to the Ragnar, I assume you like the Ragnar
Yes, I
better
did.
for
Yeah,
competition
yeah.
throws. And I like that last one when he hit bullseye on the last throw. I went over there and pulled it out of the target. It
was deep.
It went deep even for a competition throw. It went deep in that target, guys. And we've gotten really into the center of that log, and it's really hard. So
Yeah.
I was finishing up the Berserker axe video, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna call him over here. I got all the axes outside. Let's do a video of his opinion on all these things. So I'm glad you were able to come over. I'm glad we were able to do this video for you guys. You got any questions, just let us know. I thought getting my dad in on some of these throws, because he doesn't throw axes very much at all. So I want to get his opinion on all of them and see if my conclusions on these axes were
Similar.
to yours. And they were.
Yeah.
They really were. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad that you were able to throw them in your style and give your opinion on them. So, but if you're not subscribed, guys, consider subscribing. I would appreciate it. Always trying to do different videos. I'm going to bring you guys all kinds of different stuff, and bringing in people that don't have a lot of experience sometimes and getting them to throw some of these axes is something I want to do too. So that way you can get an opinion. Maybe if you're new to axe throwing, or you're getting into this thing and you see me throw, and maybe getting some new people into the channel that haven't thrown axes before and giving you their opinion will help as well. So, but until next time, guys, appreciate all your support. See ya. Let's go, Dave.
I had to steal the competition throwing axe back from Loki so we could make this video. Now I have to distract this idiot with one of Freya's cats so I can put it back. The things I do for this channel to make content for you all.